Okay, in the previous class, we were discussing about how to design single stub impedance matching structure. Okay, single stub impedance matching using single stub. So, single stub means we are using one element here for matching purpose. So, this is one element we are using to match the load ZL. Okay, that's why it is a so and this is implemented using a stub. So this is the element actually we have to add. Okay, we already discussed this, okay, in the earlier class. So to get a impedance matching, if the load is other than characteristic impedance, so if the we cannot use simply by opposite reactance near to the load. So what we have to do, we have to move over a transmission line wherever the impedance becomes 50 plus jx, x may be anything, we have to stop there. Okay, and find out the reactance value and connect opposite reactance at that particular position. Okay, we will be getting the impedance match. Okay, so we have to move over a transmission line like this towards the generator. At some position you may come across a real part will become 50 ohm. See, like this. Okay, it is given at the load itself has a 50 ohm, but it is not, real part is not 50 ohm. Okay, in such a case what we have to do, we should move over a transmission line like this. Wherever impedance changes, this real part changes, reactance also changes. Whenever you come across a real part is 50 ohm, you stop. Okay, and note down the reactance value at that position. Okay, at that position you connect the opposite reactance, whatever you found here. You will be getting some reactance value. At that position you connect the opposite reactance here. Okay, then it cancels the whatever existing here, and we will be getting only the impedance equal to the characteristic impedance of the transmission line. So match will take place. Okay, so we need to find out at what distance that is there. Okay, the impedance over the transmission line, real part is equal to the characteristic impedance of the transmission line. That we have to find out. Here it is a 50 ohm, but if there may be some other value may be there, then what we have to do, you to go on moving until that reach. But usually what we do, we go through the we will find the distance using Smith chart. Z-Y Smith chart we are using. So automatically normalized impedance we have to consider. If you consider the normalized impedance, that real part becomes a 1. So wherever go on moving over a transmission line, wherever you find real part, see like this, equal to 1, and we should stop. At that position, reactance also changed other than this value. You note down what is the reactance value, normalized reactance. Okay, real part is like this. So at this position, that is at a particular distance, you connect the opposite reactance like this, opposite reactance, we will be getting a match. So this reactance cancels this existing one, and we will be getting only one here. So the one means it is equal to characteristic impedance. Okay, unnormalized means multiply this impedance by characteristic impedance. Okay, so it is equal to characteristic impedance. Automatically, the whenever wave comes here, it feels there is a impedance match is there. So it delivers maximum power to this network, this part of the one. Okay, so that is a impedance matching, the single stub. See, this is if you find a impedance, like if you want to connect a series stub like the series stub, okay, then we have to find out a impedance should be in this form. Okay, if you want to use a shunt stub, usually shunt stubs are preferred instead of a series stub. Okay, so shunt stub if you want to connect, then what we have to do, you should move over a transmission line, and wherever the admittance is like this, one real part of the admittance, that is conductance value is 1, you should stop. Okay, this may be anything, value may be anything, you stop. Okay, note down that value at that particular, wherever conductance value is 1, you stop. Go on moving like this, wherever conductance is 1, you stop. At that position, note down the value whatever it is. Okay, so now here between these two terminal, if you look, the impedance, the admittance is like this. So if you want only this real conductance should be 1. Okay, then if it you should cancel this, that is connect the opposite stub here opposite element whose value must be opposite to this. See, like this, minus jb you have to, if it is a plus jb you should connect a minus jb. Okay, you can here so put a minus jb here. Okay, it should be minus jb, you have to connect a minus jb. If it is a plus jb, here is a plus jb I have shown, so you should connect a minus jb. So then this will cancel by this extra component what you are connected, you will be getting 1. So y value, admittance value at this position becomes 1. So impedance is 1 over of this, that is also equal to 1. So impedance 1 here means that is a characteristic impedance matched 1. So maximum power will be delivered to here. So wave comes here, there is a match, it will deliver power here. So that we were doing in the earlier class. Okay, a single element we will connect like this to get the impedance match. Okay, and one problem we discussed in the earlier class. One problem, this is the problem we discussed in the earlier class. Okay, we will see one more problem now for the same. Okay, so a transmission line with a characteristic impedance of 100 ohm is terminated with a load ZL equal to 200 J0. Match the load using shunt short circuited stub. Okay, it is asked to that is a transmission line, it has a characteristic impedance of 100 ohm. Characteristic impedance of 100 ohm is terminated with a load impedance of this. Okay, match the load using shunt short circuited stub at 3 gigahertz. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to design like this. First what we have to do, you should mark the load, because this is a load here. Okay, load connected here, that is equal to this. Next what we have to do, because it is also shunt stub, match the load using shunt stub. Shunt stub means the problem is like this, you have to connect a stub like this, shunt stub. So if it is a shunt stub, what we have to do, from the load you should move over a transmission line like this, and you stop wherever admittance is like this. Admittance conductance value is 1. Conductance value 1. See, as we move like this, admittance value go on changes, and its real part, admittance real part, that is G, and the susceptance part changes. Okay, go on moving like this. Whenever you find a position at which conductance value is 1, you stop. Okay, and at that position you note down whatever the susceptance value also. Okay, next what we have to do, at this position you connect a so this distance we have to note down, at what distance it is from the load. Okay, you have to note down. Okay, and susceptance value at this position you should note down here. So for example, for this particular problem I have done. So what to do, how to find out this equation, using equation it is difficult to find the distance where the point is. Okay, for that we are using the Smith chart. Okay, so to use the Smith chart you should normalize the load first. Okay, normalize the load. Normalize means so you will be getting, that is equal to 2, that normalized impedance here 2 plus 0, normalized impedance value Z equal to 2 plus J0. So Z is equal to 2 plus J0. Okay, so normalized impedance is this. So that is marked on the Smith chart, 2 plus J0. So we have to mark it on the Smith chart. Load point, load value. This is a 200 plus J0. If you normalize this with a 100 ohm, characteristic impedance is 100 ohm, it is given here. So normalized impedance becomes 2 plus J0. You should mark it on the Smith chart. So this is the point here. Okay, that is R is equal to 2 circle. This is R is equal to 2 circle here, and J0, X value is 0, X value is 0 along this line. This is a X value 0. So this is a intersection point. So you mark it. Load is this is the load point. So we marked a load point here. After marking load point, what we have to do, you should move like this, go on moving, and it is asked shunt stub. So go on moving and note down admittance, go on looking admittance, and admittance should be in this form. Okay, so moving on transmission line means you start from load point, go on moving on a VSWR circle. You should draw the VSWR circle. See, this is a VSWR circle. Load point we marked and draw the VSWR circle. Next, what we have to do, you should from here go on moving like this towards the generator. See, like towards the generator. And you can observe the values of admittance go on changes. These are the admittance changes here. Okay, but admittance real value becomes 1 whenever this VSWR circle intersects the G is equal to 1 circle. See, G is equal to 1 circle. G 1 circle, you should find out where it is. G is equal to 1 circle. See, this is the 1. See, this is a 0.9 circle, 0.8 circle. Similarly here, 1.2 circle. Okay, this is a G is equal to 1 circle. G is equal to 1 circle. So we moved like this. Whenever this cuts the G is equal to 1 circle, you stop here. Okay, because at that position only the admittance is like this, 1 plus something, susceptance may be something, but G value becomes 1 at this. Whenever VSWR circle cuts the G is equal to 1 circle. See this, not this. See, this is a G circle. All these are G circle. But this is G is equal to 1 circle. So wherever VSWR circle cuts, you stop. Okay, and note down the admittance there. It is like this, 1 plus, it may be X, B value may be anything here. So whatever the B value here, you read it. Okay, what is the B value? So what we did, we moved like this. We came to here. At that position, the admittance is like this. What is that value? Admittance value here, G value 1. But what is the B value? B value you read, whatever the B value. See here, this is a B circle. This is a B circle. What is the value? 0.7 here, this B circle. But that is passing through our point here. See, this is a circle. Here also B circle, you see. This is also B circle, but it is not passing. Its value is equal to, what is that value? 0.8. 0.8 is not passing through our point, this point. Similarly, this is also B circle. Okay, susceptance circle. Okay, this is a susceptance circle. This is also susceptance circle. It is not passing 0.6. 0.8 is also not passing, but 0.7, you see, this is a 0.7. This 0.7 circle is passing through our point. So what is the value of B? And B values here are positive values. Lower side of positive values here. So it is a 0.7. 1 plus 0.7 admittance here. So we moved like this and we stopped because G value is 1 here and it may be anything. What value of B we got? This is a value plus point. So you stopped here. Next, what we have to do? Okay, that is the way. So here B values, so don't confuse this dotted line circle or whatever outside written 0.7, that we have to take, not this value. This is for reactance. There is a reactance circle, this one. Okay, you should not take that. This one and written outside. Okay, like this. This is a 0.6 outside, whatever susceptance circle. This is 0.8 susceptance circle. But we want 0.7 susceptance. That is passing through our point here. If you move, go on moving like this. Okay, it passes through our point. So that value you should take 0.7. So it is a 0.7. Okay, so the admittance here is this 1 plus J 0.7. So our required value G is 1. Okay, it may be anything. So we have B value here. Okay, so next what we have to do, you should cancel that. So we got here 0.7, 1 plus 0.7 is there. So what you should do, you should connect a opposite reactance here such that this value will cancel. This value will be, this value should cancel. So what we did, next we found this, so we connected opposite opposite susceptance minus j 0.7. You connect like this is a external component. Okay, we connected. What should be the value? It should be minus j 0.7. Okay, then what happens? This is a schematic. Okay, what happens here? This external component cancels the one existing here, remaining is 1. So that is our required normalized impedance is 1. Normalized impedance 1 means it is a matched case. Okay, so we got a normalized impedance 1, that is a matched one here. So whenever the wave comes here, there is a matched impedance is there, it delivers maximum power to here. So next part is, okay, that is the way. And what so we found this admittance. What is the admittance? This is the admittance and susceptance value is like this, we cancelled. But this distance is very important. At what distance it is, this position, this point, this impedance is at what point, at what distance from the load, because we cannot connect anywhere. Okay, should be at some particular distance. At what distance it is, that is from the Smith chart. So we found the admittance here, wherever it cuts, we found the admittance and susceptance value you took here 0.7, and we can connect opposite at that position. But at what distance? That distance we have to measure here. To measure the distance, just you draw a line passing through the load, from the load. So from the load up to this. So this is a load where point, and extend this up to wavelength scale towards the generator here, and again you draw a line passing through our point wherever you stopped, up to the wavelength scale. Read the distance from here to here. Read the distance from here to here. What is that? We take an initial value, it is a 0.25 minus this value from whatever here, it is 0.42, 0.402, the value here. Okay, some value is there, this is 0.42. So you read this, each division is 0.00, 0.02. So this value you this 0.25 you minus from here, and we will be getting this 0.152. The answer is 0.152. Okay, you do it in your Smith chart. Okay, exactly, I could not do here, you try. Okay, so this is the distance from load to here. So we stopped like this, it is at what distance? It is 0.152 lambda. Okay, at that position what we have to do, you should connect the negative stub here, opposite stub. Okay, see like this, at this distance, this is very important. So we found the distance and we found the value, what value of stub you have to connect, and that is indicated like this. But actually this susceptance minus points, you should connect some reactive element here, capacitor or inductor, okay, with a susceptance value equal to this. But as we know, it is difficult to find a capacitor or inductor at RF and microwave frequency. So this component, actually it may be a capacitor or inductor, so it has a B value equal to this. Okay, so instead of implementing that capacitor or inductor, what we are doing, what we needed is we want a B should be equal to this, that's all. Susceptance must be equal to this, that you can implement using anything. Okay, so we already studied how to implement a B susceptance of required value using stubs. See like this, this is a stub. So this can be that value, what is the value? Minus 0.7 we wanted, minus 0.7 B value you want, that you implement using a stub like this. This is a short stub, they asked you to use a short stub. Okay, design this using short stub like this. How to implement? We already discussed that. I want a B value equal to this. What is the value? Minus 0.7 using short stub. How to design that? That is here. We take a Smith chart from the short circuit point. Okay, from the, this is a short, because they asked short stub. See like the short stub they asked. From the short stub point, you go on moving. Whenever you find susceptance value equal to what is the value needed? Minus 0.7, minus point, that means stop, go on moving like this. Where is the susceptance value? Minus 0.7. See, read here, this is a 1.2 susceptance, this is 1, okay, 0.9, 0.8, see this is a susceptance circle, 0.8, okay, 0.7 is there, this is 0.8, here 0.6 is there here, susceptance value 0.6 here, and here is a 0.8, and this is a 0.7, 0.7. Okay, you stop here. So starting from here, go on moving like this and stop here wherever our 0.7 susceptance is there. Okay, and find out the distance from here to here. Okay, stub design. Okay, this is a stub length. Find out the length. So that length from here to here, it is a 0.153 approximately I took. Okay, so this is the value, 0.153. So that is the length of the stub. That input impedance is 0.7, minus 0.7, because the susceptance values are negative here. So we stopped here and find the distance from here. So that is here. Okay. So what we did here, this minus 0.7 I needed. So we designed a stub like this. To get this value minus 0.7, take a length of this DSC. It should be according to the required value of susceptance that we got from the Smith chart. It is 0.12 lambda. But what we want in terms of mm, because 3 gigahertz is given, it is the wavelength is 100 mm. Multiply this 0.152, 152. I think here I did a mistake. What is the value is good? 0.152. Okay, so this value 152. Okay, 153. This is 153. So this is 153 I got. Okay, so this is the one what we got, and multiply by 100 we will be getting this. Okay, so this is the length of the stub 0.153 from here we got, from here to here. Sorry, again here also 153. Okay, this is the value. So from here to here the distance is 0.15. This is 0.002. So we are not at this exactly at this one division ahead. So it is each division is 0.002. So a little bit away also from there this position. So it is 0.153 I took. So we multiply with 100, we will be getting the distance in mm. Okay, so that is a stub length to get this value of susceptance. So instead of connecting, this is a schematic whatever I shown. Actually there may be a capacitor or a inductor, but that is not possible. To use a lumped electrode RF frequency, we implemented this susceptance using a stub. So we connect like this, short stub we connected like this. Okay, its length is very important. You should mention this. You should note down this. What is the length of the stub to get that particular value of susceptance? Okay, so like this is a complete system now. Okay, this is a gives the impedance matching. So the wave will come like this, and it feels there is a impedance is equal to 1. It delivers a maximum power to this part of the network. Okay, so this is a single stub method, single stub matching. The here what important thing is this distance where you should connect the stub. Okay, that is important, and a stub length you should find out, because to provide this particular value of susceptance, okay, this is a susceptance needed to cancel the existing value. Existing values this should cancel this, that value is here. To implement this value, this component, we should use the stub like this. Okay, this length we needed. What should be the length of this to get this susceptance value? Okay, so that we connected like this. It behaves like a inductor, capacitor, inductor here. Okay, with a susceptance value equal to this. Negative value of susceptance means that is a inductor here. Okay, negative value susceptance, this is actually the inductor. So there is a inductor with a value susceptance value equal to shunt means we are taking admittance. So admittance of that value is this. Okay, so like this. So it cancels. This is important and this is important. Okay, this is called a single stub matching for this particular load. So you should find out this distance using this. From the load you should find out what is the distance. Okay. Next, stub design. It is a entire. This is a one stub design. Okay, the entire system is become like this. Okay, so this is a problem. Another problem. Okay, okay. We will discuss one more problem. See, like audible. Hello. Audible. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. See here, one more problem here. So this design a single stub. Okay, single open stub. So the question is here for a ZL. So it is given ZL equal to 15 plus J10 ohm. We want to design a single shunt stub, single open shunt stub network to match the load to 50 ohm line. Okay, 50 ohm line, 50 ohm transmission line is there. What is the load value? Load value is ZL is equal to this. For a ZL, 15 plus J10 ohm is there. This is the ZL given. We want to design a single open shunt stub. So we have to use a open shunt stub. Okay, to match the load, to match this load to a transmission line of 50 ohm line. See, to match load to 50 ohm line. Okay, 50 ohm transmission line is there. This is a 50 ohm transmission line. Okay, and the load value is given. This is the load value, and you should use open shunt stub. Okay, characteristic impedance 50 ohm is given. Okay, so you have to use your Smith chart. Okay, to use a Smith chart, what you have to do, you should normalize this load. Normalize the load using this 50 ohm line, 50 ohm transmission line. So this is a 50 ohm transmission line is given. Load is given. What is the load value? This is a load value. Okay, normalize the load value. This is a normalized value. And what we are doing, we should use the open shunt stub. This is not matched one, so we should use the impedance matching. That is a single stub matching they are asking. And open stub, open shunt stub, you should not you should see open stub, should not go for short. It is a open stub. And a shunt stub, okay, it's no problem. Shunt stub means what we have to do, you should note, first you mark the load. See, this is a load. Then what you have to do, should go on like this, move like this, and wherever admittance is like this, you should stop. 1 plus or minus jp, you should stop. Okay, so this is a load given, and to find, so you have to find out at what distance this admittance is there from the load. Mark the load on the Smith chart and go on moving over a transmission line, that means on VSWR circle here. Okay, so we will do this problem, how to match this. So load given, normalize the value, you will be getting this and mark it on the Smith chart. So this is a marking. Okay, point 3 is the resistance circle, point 2 is the reactance circle. Point 3 resistance circle, you see this is a point 3 resistance circle. Okay, point 3 resistance circle, this one, this is a point 3 resistor, intersect with the x is equal to point 2. Okay, first this is a point 2, x is equal to point 2, this is a reactance circle. Okay, they are intersecting here. First mark the load. This is the load given, you mark it here. Next, what you have to do, you should move like this over a transmission line. Moving over a transmission line means you should draw the VSWR circle now. Okay, passing through our load point, draw the VSWR circle. This is a VSWR circle. This is VSWR circle. You draw it. Okay, your load is here now. Load. From the load you move towards the generator. So from load point you move towards the generator, and you stop wherever admittance is there, like this. That means whenever this VSW while moving like this, whenever this VSWR circle intersects the G is equal to 1 circle, G is equal to, see, this is a G is equal to 1 circle. Okay, G is 1 circle here. Okay, you stop here, stop here. Okay, because earlier load was here, and load was somewhere, we stopped here, but our load is now here. Okay, we moved like this, and where is G circle? This is a G circle. G is equal to 1 circle. Okay, G is equal to 1 circle. You stop here. Okay, note down the admittance here. Note down the admittance here. What is the admittance here? We got this value. Y is equal to 1 minus J 1.3. Admittance G is what is the how to read admittance? Whatever G value and B value at this position you should read. What is the B value? Sorry, G value. G value is 1 because G circle passing is G is equal to 1 circle is passing through our point. This is G is equal to 1 circle. This is G is equal to something. See, this is G. All these are G circles. Okay, this is a G circle. This is also G circle. But which G circle? Some G circle is passing. This value is equal to 1 here. You stop here. Note down the admittance here. Conductance value 1. Susceptance value. See, this is 1.4. 1.4 circle, that is not passing. Susceptance circle not passing, and this is susceptance, that is also not passing. 1.2, 1.3 is not passing. In between the two, 1.2 and 1.4, 1.4, in between 1.2 and 1.4 passing. See, like this, some circle you approximately take it equal to 1.3. Okay, I took the circle value 1.3 because this is not passing, this is also not passing, that is 1.2 and 1.4. So this is in between the two, that is 1.3. So, and values here are negative, so minus 1.3, susceptance value minus 1.3. So this is 1 point. So what we did, from the load we moved like this and we stopped here. So at what distance it is, that point, you find out the distance from the load. How to do that? Through the load you draw a line passing to the load to the wavelength scale. Okay, next passing through this point to the wavelength scale, read the distance from here to here. Okay, so that I found it is a 0.045 lambda from here to here. Okay, distance. So we moved like this, see, like we moved like this and we stopped here. At what distance it is? It is at 0.045 lambda. Okay, here this is 4. You do in your Smith chart. Okay, that is approximately 0.44 lambda, 0.044 lambda. So we stopped here. This is a point where we stopped. What is the admittance there? Admittance is 1 minus J 1.3 at this position. So what next you have to do? You should connect at this position opposite susceptance. You should connect opposite to this. Minus 1.3 is there, so you should connect to plus 1.3 here. So that is like this. Plus 1.3 B value you should connect like this. Okay. So we distance, at what distance you should connect? At 0.044 lambda. What value of susceptance you should connect? Plus 1.3. But this should be implemented using open stub. They asked you to use a open shunt stub, shunt one, but a open stub. Okay, so you implement the stub now. Okay, to get this value, implement the stub like this. Okay, this is a open stub. How to implement this? Okay, only this is a open stub. You should find out this length. But a open stub, what is the value required? Plus 1.3. So open stub design I already explained you. Okay. From here, load this is from this point you should start open stub design. Okay, remember open stub design. Okay, is to start from here and go on moving. See, like this, you go on moving like this. Whenever you find required value of susceptance, what is the value of susceptance? Plus 1 point. Okay, sorry, this I am. Okay, this plus 1.3. Susceptance value needed is this value. Okay, B value needed is 1.3 plus 1.3 is needed. So start from the low here open point, open stub is asked. So you should start from here, go on moving. Whenever you find 1.3, okay, susceptance value 1.3, you see, go on moving. What is susceptance value? This is a susceptance circle 0.5, and this is a susceptance circle 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, susceptance circle value 0.8, 0.9, this is 1, susceptance circle value 1, 1.2 is this, 1.2 is this, 1.4 is this is a 1.4, 1.2 and 1.4. In between our point is, because that susceptance circle is not drawn here, okay, it is not drawn for 1.3, but you should keep it in between the 1.2 and 1.4. I kept it here. This is our susceptance value. So what is the length of the stub? So you find out the distance from here to here. What is the distance from open stub? That's why you are taking here, from here to here, and it is plus 1.3. So susceptance values are positive here in the lower part, and it is 1.3 here, 1.3 here. So we measure the distance from here to here. It is a 0.25, and whatever the value here, you take this value minus this value, you will be getting this 0.147 lambda. You do it yourself. Okay. So what is the length of this stub? 0.147 lambda. You take a transmission line. It's a piece of transmission line, stub also. To get this value of susceptance, its length equal to this value we found from the Smith chart. Okay. You connect that here. So what we did here, we got this value DSC. Okay, that is 0.147 lambda. Okay, this distance. So this one is replaced by now this stub. So like this, it is open stub, but here is a open. Okay, so like that. So we got this length. This is for providing the this value, B value plus 1.3 susceptance, this stub, and this distance is, it is the position at which admittance is like this. Okay, this distance. Okay, that distance we from the this part, from the load, you should move like this and find. This is stub design. Okay, two I have shown. One is, this is for finding the distance, and this is for finding the stub length, this procedure. Okay, so like this, this is a problem. So wherever you find so like this we can do. So shunt stub, in your examination also usually we will ask for the shunt stub. So shunt stub means from the load go on moving. Wherever our VSWR circle intersect first time you take, second time also, that also we can implement, but always shortest distance is better. So from the load point you move, whenever it cuts the G circle first time, see this is a G is equal to, so it is cutting first time here. You can get a second time also. You see, it is, if you cross this, you go on moving like this VSWR circle, it will cut the G is equal to circle once again here, but don't go up to here, it will take a larger distance. Okay, that's why you should start from here. Whenever this VSWR cuts the G is equal to one circle, you stop. Okay, first time, and note down what is the admittance there, and susceptance from that mainly, because that susceptance you should cancel. Okay, so like this, this is a single stub design. Okay, okay, this is enough for your single stub design. Okay, so we will in the next class on, this is about single stub. We already studied one more quarter wave transformer matching we studied. This is a single stub design. Next one thing is left, that is a L matching, how to match the load. Okay, that will be continued in the next class. Okay.